Welcome to Battles in History. Today, we are going to talk about 5th major battle of the Gallic Wars, the Battle of the Sabis. The Battle of the Sabis took place in the year 57 BC in the land we now know as northern France. It is also known as the Battle of the Sambre or the battle against the Nervians. After the Battle of Exona in 57 BC, whispers reached Caesar's ears, suggesting that the Belgae tribes were joining forces out of fear of Roman interference. This union included tribes like the Bellovaci, Suessians, Nervii, and more. Caesar saw an opportunity to extend his conquests and raise 2 legions, while also gaining the support of the Remi tribe. As tensions mounted, clashes ensued. The other Belgae and Celtic tribes attacked the Remi, and Caesar defended them. Slowly, the union crumbled, and tribal armies retreated to their lands, vowing to come to the aid of any tribe invaded by the Romans. However, 4 tribes, namely the Nervii, Atrebates, Aduatuci, and Viromandui, refused to submit. Caesar learned from the Ambieni tribe that the Nervii were the most hostile to Roman rule. They were a fierce and brave tribe, known for their refusal to allow luxury items, fearing their corrupting influence and Roman influence. Peace negotiations were out of the question for them. Caesar knew that the Nervii would be his next target. Estimating the forces present in ancient battles is always a challenge, but it is believed that Caesar commanded around 30,000 to 45,000 fighting men, including auxiliary troops and cavalry. The Nervii, joined by their allies, were estimated to have a maximum force of 75,000 men. The battlefield was set, and the stage was ready for the clash. Caesar's legions, accompanied by auxiliary forces, faced off against the Belgae tribes. The Romans were organized into 8 legions, with additional support from slingers, archers, javelin men, and cavalry. The Belgae launched their attack with the Atrebates on their right wing, the Viromandui in the center, and their own fierce Nervii warriors on the left. The battle took place near the Sabis River, with the Romans marching through Nervian territory for 3 days. Caesar received intelligence that the Belgae were gathering on the other side of the river, ready to face the Roman onslaught. The Nervii, with their allies, devised a plan to cut off the leading legion and destroy it before reinforcements could arrive. As the Roman baggage train came into view, the Belgic forces sprang from their concealed positions in the woods. They rushed across the shallow river, catching the Romans off guard. The Nervii attacked with incredible speed, overwhelming the Romans who were still in the process of setting up their camp. Caesar quickly rallied his men, sounding the alarm and trying to organize them into battle lines. The Nervii had prepared dense hedges of briars and thorns to hinder the Roman advance, making their task even more challenging. It seemed as if the Nervii were unstoppable, attacking from lower ground and pressing the Romans from the front and flanks. Amidst the chaos, Caesar moved swiftly across the field, directing his soldiers and inspiring them with his presence. The legions on the left flank, Exequestris and 9 Triumphalis, fought back fiercely against the Atrebates, driving them into the river. In the center, Legions 11 and 8 pushed the Viromandui from the higher ground and into the river. However, a gap formed in the Roman line, leaving the front and left of the camp vulnerable. The Nervii seized this opportunity and rushed through the opening. They encircled the legions on the right flank and charged towards the higher part of the Roman camp. The situation reached a critical point for Caesar's forces. The Romans found themselves in a dire situation. Legion 12 Victrix was tightly packed together, unable to fight effectively. Centurions fell, and the Nervii attacked vigorously from all sides. It seemed as if the Romans were on the verge of defeat. But Caesar, ever the inspirational leader, arrived at the scene, leading by example. Calling upon his soldiers by name, Caesar ordered them to advance and extend their lines. His presence brought hope and bolstered the morale of his men. They fought back with renewed vigor, checking the enemy assaults slightly. The tide of battle began to shift. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Caesar ordered the redeployment of Legions 7 and X, directing them to fight back to back. The return of Legion X, victorious over the Atrebates and seizing the Belgic camp on the wooded hill, further turned the tide in favor of the Romans. Legions 13 and 14 joined the fight, relieving the pressure on Legions 12 and 7. With reinforcements and renewed resolve, the Romans launched a full-scale counterattack. Cavalry, skirmishers, and camp followers joined the fray. The Nervii, now surrounded and bombarded by projectiles, fought with fierce determination. They retaliated with their spears and even threw back the javelins hurled at them by the Romans. But as the battle raged on, the Nervii's resistance began to wane. Overwhelmed by the Roman forces and outnumbered, they fought valiantly to the last. Eventually, the few remaining Nervii broke and fled the field, leaving behind a scene of devastation. Caesar claimed victory, praising the Nervii for their fierce fighting spirit even in the face of defeat. Though casualties on both sides were significant, the Nervii suffered heavy losses, with their council reduced to only 3 members and a mere 500 fighting men remaining. In the aftermath of the battle, the defeated Aduatuci turned back towards their homelands, only to face another defeat at the hands of Caesar. Many were sold into slavery. Caesar extended Roman control over several other tribes, including the Veneti, Unelli, Ocisnii, Curiosolidae, Susuvii, Aulursi, and Redones. The Battle of the Sabis secured Caesar's victory and expanded Roman control over Gaul. It remains a testament to the fierce resistance of the Nervii and their unwavering determination to fight for their lands and way of life. If you liked this video, please be kind and leave a like or share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.